Yo, check it. All right, fam, it is time for another video with Datazero. We're going to talk about AMC's hidden victory today. We're also going to be talking about the signs and clues you need to look for that are very, very subtle in AMC stock to determine if it is going to be making a move. We're also going to be talking about the predictions for GME, SPY, Bitcoin, and much, much more in this video. But let's not waste any more of your precious time. Hop in the charts, facts, data. Let's go. All right, what is up, ladies and gents? Datazero fam, you are back for another video with Datazero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, and SPY, and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. This is your overall stock and crypto outlook and prediction for today and the rest of this week. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's go and hop in the charts, facts, and data, showing y'all what's going on for today. So the first thing we want to be looking at here is for GME stock. We're going to be looking at the technicals here and then hopping into some of the fundamental data for AMC and GME. You can see that GME had this big move to the downside. I did talk about this in the weekly outlook and prediction. Again, some people chose to unsubscribe from that channel or from my channel because of that video. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened. GameStop literally breaking to the downside out of this overall bear flag, which we talked about on the weekly outlook and prediction, breaking to the downside and coming down to fill not one but two of the gap fills that we had to the downside, going as low as 2150 where the gap fill was. Now you can see that GameStop came down and trying to find a bottom around this 2126 level. We do have support at 2122, and that's going to be a major level to pay attention to, as tomorrow I think that's going to be the level that's coming into play. If GameStop can break above this overall sloping support and resistance, that means this overall downtrend could end. I knew that GameStop would be breaking down because of this overall bear flag. It does look like we might be able to potentially find a bottom for GME stock. Now, I do see some bearish signs here on the lower time frames. You can see right here on the 4-hour time frame. Right now, we have red MACD, but on the daily time frame, we have a green MACD. Now, if we can keep that green MACD on the daily time frame, we should be able to keep some bullish momentum, but I did point out on the weekly time frame that we have bearish momentum as well. It looks like GameStop might need to pull back and or consolidate before another push to the upside. Now, to see if GameStop is going to recover and move to the upside, we need to see GameStop break that key level of 2232. I told you that was a very key level. We came up, we tried to use it as support today. I told you if I would be wrong, you would see it use it as support and you would see it push up, but unfortunately, I was right about the bearish prediction. We came up and used it as resistance and moved to the downside in a big way after rejecting from that 2232 level. So what I want to see is GME break back above that level, but before that happens, we need to confirm this 2122 level as support tomorrow. So I want to see that confirmed as support in the morning. I think that's what we'll see. I think we'll see a consolidation kind of moving to the upside pre-market in a little bit here in after hours. While this market is video is being recorded, you can see that we still have some after hours left. I think we're going to pull back, come back down, and retest that 2122 level, and I think we're going to do that here in the morning. If we can confirm that level and hold it as support, we're going to see a push back to the upside and a possible recovery for GME stock. If we do not confirm that level, we have other levels of support to the downside, and we're going to give you those levels right now. We have 2101, 2079, 2045, and of course $20 even. I don't think we're going to be coming below $20 in my personal opinion, but based off of everything that I'm looking at, GME could come lower before the recovery starts. So what we're looking for now as GME holders and investors, is this the downside that we needed and that it's going to be the end of it, or are we going to continue to the downside, having to find a bottom before we move to the upside? I think we do have to potentially come a little bit lower, and I told y'all we would be coming down. But once we do come lower, I think we will start to work our way back to the upside. I don't think it's going to be an overall downtrend in my personal opinion. I think that GameStop is bottoming. When in doubt, zoom out. I think we're breaking out of this overall falling wedge. I think that we're going to have an overall uptrend, and I think that the macro is shifting for the meme stocks, where the meme stocks are going to have an overall uptrend and start to go up instead of down as the overall macro trend. Also, fundamentals are improving for AMC and GME. And I believe that AMC is potentially going to make a move as well, which could help GME push to the upside as well, as because they do help each other and play off of each other, getting sympathy rallies and things of that nature. But this is what I'm looking at for GME stock. I do not think it is doom and gloom. I am a GME holder. I'm not a GME bear. I literally hold GME. I don't want GME going down, but unfortunately, I have to tell you what the charts tell me. That way you can play the moves the way you need to be played. This channel is about making money, so I literally have to tell you what is going to happen based off the charts, facts, and data. This is not my opinions. This is literally what the charts are telling me. So GameStop did get that move to the downside, did come down and fill those gaps, breaking down under the bear flag. And this is what I'm looking at for tomorrow based off the charts, facts, and data. Let's go ahead and go into AMC and give you guys the fundamental in data for AMC and GME. So AMC right now, 900,000 shares available to short for AMC. GME at time of recording, they have 3.3 million shares. They did short on GME and AMC heavily today. You can see cost to borrow coming slightly down for AMC at 1.89%, so it is coming to the downside a little bit. We want to see that cost to borrow go back up. GME cost to borrow also remaining very, very low, and this is some of the problems that GME is having right now. You want to see that cost to borrow go back up because they have a ton of short shares. Look at all of those white bars. That is all shorting volume. So they are shorting, trying to pummel GME to the ground, but GME is holding up those key levels, and that is important that we're holding the key levels as they're shorting, because the shorts are going to end up getting trapped and then getting squeezed once GME starts to recover and start to show signs of strength again. So I am bullish on GME long term and AMC long term into the macro, in my personal opinion. Now, as far as what we could see for AMC stock, as far as the technicals are concerned, I'm thinking tomorrow here for AMC, we're going to come up in the pre-market and then come back down and retest 502. I think we're going to use that 502 level as support, getting a bounce off of that level and pushing to the upside. Now, the main things for AMC stock today and the main victories that we had for today, a lot of people were discouraged because we went up and then came back down. And I can understand why that may seem like it's really, really bad to you. But if you zoom out and look at the bigger pictures, today was a victory in my personal opinion. Not only are we officially using the 200 moving average as support, we did that here on Friday and got a big push to the upside, but now we're using the 50 moving average as support, and we confirmed that today because we bounced off of it in the morning and then we went up and then came back down and closed above it, bouncing off of it at the very end of the day. You can see that we came down to that level of 504, and that's exactly where the 50 moving average is on the daily time frame, sitting at that 504 level. So we bounced off the 50 moving average using that level as support, and you can see how easily we flew to the upside. Why? Because we did not have the 50 and the 200 moving average on the daily time frame above our heads, sitting there as a wall of resistance. Now, we do have multiple sell walls and everything trying to keep us down, and they are shorting us, trying to keep us down, but I think that we're starting to see volume kick back up, and that's another reason why today was a victory. We can get this volume to kick back up, and if we can see volume kick back up, that means we can overrun the algorithm and possibly see a move to the upside. You can see that volume was at 10.9 million today. Now, on Friday last week, that was the biggest volume day that we had last week at 9.1 million. Volume was abysmally low last week, 6 million, 5 million. So you can see that volume is slowly starting to kick back up. We're using the 50 moving average as support, and when in doubt, zoom out. We are moving up, showing signs of strength. Now, I told you in yesterday's video, the signs to look for are MACD going green. If we get that daily green MACD. I also said if you see volume start to increase, those are signs to look for that we're actually going to start moving up. So we are seeing signs, and today was a victory in my personal opinion. Again, we're seeing the volume start to move up. We're using the 50 moving average as support, and we're starting to see a curl to the upside for AMC stock. Now, as far as the fractal is concerned, I was kind of explaining that here on the live stream. I think that we are still in this period of consolidation, and we're going to see a move to the upside. And what we need to do to confirm when that move is happening is, do we break above $6 and hold that level? Once we see a break above $6 or this overall channel, ascending channel, that is going to signal to me that we're definitely going to see a move out of this accumulation range. I believe, in my personal opinion, this was an entire accumulation range where smart money and people are accumulating before AMC makes another move to the upside. I also explained it on the weekly outlook and prediction. If you go ahead and just look at all of the things lining up right now, it's literally the exact same setup as 2021. You can see that we had our big green run-up week, then we had a red week, a red month, a green month, and a red month. You can see that you have that big run-up, then you have a red month, a green month, and now we have another red month. What comes next? Possibly a green month. We also have green monthly MACD. That's the same thing we had as well. We also have the golden cross above the 200 moving average. That's the same thing we had on 2021 as well. We also have green weekly MACD, and we have the green buy signal, and we have the literal pattern playing out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the same exact thing as 2021. I know it is boring. I know that it might not make sense that we've just been consolidating, but ladies and gentlemen, consolidating is building a bullish base. It's building a floor so you can move to the upside. I believe this consolidation is the same type of consolidation we've seen in 2021, and we literally consolidated for 3 months before pushing to the upside. I think that is what we are seeing now. Again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, but if that is the case, that means coming up here in September, we could possibly have a big green month. Now, again, this is not financial advice. I am not giving you dates. I am simply telling you what the charts are telling me, and based off of all of the research and data, September could be a very green month for AMC stock. So be ready for that and be prepared and look at these little subtle signs that we're looking for to determine when AMC is going to start moving up, because I'm telling you, people are not paying attention right now, and that's when you need to expect the unexpected. When people are not paying attention, that's when the market likes to catch people off guard. When everybody tunes out, and I could see the volume dropping down, I could see the views dropping down, people are tuning out, they're getting bored, they just think it's going to stay at 505 forever or go back down. I'm telling you, all of a sudden the thing's going to blast off, and you want to be there when that happens. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC stock. What I'm looking at tomorrow, I told you, I think we're going to use that 502 level, use that as support and push to the upside. We should be able to have a bullish day tomorrow. I think we're going to see a bullish week for AMC stock, in my personal opinion. 2-hour MACD green looking good above the key levels of 502. So everything looking good in my personal opinion. And we're above the 50 moving average as well. Volume starting to pick up today was a victory in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and go to SPY in the overall stock market. So if you haven't heard, right now there are attacks going on. Russia is pounding Ukraine with missiles, and there are a absolute crisis in the Middle East, and the United States is both indirectly and directly involved in both of these conflicts right now. So that is weighing on the market's mind. We also have a huge data drop coming out here on Wednesday and Thursday. So on Wednesday, we have NVIDIA earnings, which is going to be absolutely huge for the market and could send the market dumping or pumping. And then we have GDP as well. Now, I said we're going to have a red week for the market, but NVIDIA could turn that around. So I want everyone to be aware of that. Now, I think NVIDIA is going to help the market dump down even more, but I just want to point out that NVIDIA earnings could cause a reversal in the market. So far, we are seeing that overall downtrend that I talked about with SPY. SPY tracking immaculately well with our prediction. I told you that it would come up to these higher levels and then start to get rejected. Now, the fact that SPY closed below this key level and is not able to get back above 560.87 is telling me that most likely we're going to see more bearishness for SPY. I predicted an overall downtrend for SPY today, and that's exactly what we've seen here. You could see that NASDAQ had this overall bear flag type structure as well, breaking down out of this bear flag. Also multiple gap fills to the downside, so NASDAQ looking bearish, while SQQQ is breaking out of an overall bull flag type structure, which is bullish, telling me that SQQQ most likely is going to continue to the upside and NASDAQ is going to continue to the downside. Also, that overall trade where I told you IWM is going to outperform NASDAQ, well, IWM closed green today while NASDAQ closed red today. So that's more indications that that rotation for the mega cap stocks into the smaller and mid cap stocks is happening, where people are rotating out of these overall overvalued tech stocks like Microsoft, NVIDIA, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Amazon. All of these stocks, they're rotating out of these and moving into those smaller and mid cap stocks, those penny stocks that you guys like for crazy plays, stocks like AMC and GME, which are mid cap stocks, which will do better in an environment with low rate cuts. So the Fed is talking about cutting rates, and that's why this rotation trade is happening. And if you're ahead of the rotation, you can make a ton of money, and that is also good for AMC and GME, people rotating out of the mega cap stocks, which they use for collateral for AMC short positions, and literally rotating into the mid cap stocks, which is what AMC and GME are. So not only are the stocks that they use for collateral for AMC short positions going down, but people are moving in and there's money coming into the mid-cap stocks. This is a great environment for AMC and GME to thrive. So you literally need to watch and pay attention as the market starts to shift into an environment where AMC and GME literally could see some type of big movement to the upside. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY in the overall market. I think that SPY is going to continue to the downside. We want to watch the data drops very, very closely because that could cause an overall reversal. The main level for SPY that you want to watch tomorrow is 560.87. I think we're going to see a red week for SPY, and so far we're on track for that, but it's still the beginning of the week. If SPY breaks above 560.87, you could see a recovery and push to the upside, but if SPY stays below it, you're going to see a move to the downside. And what I think we're going to see here in the morning is I think we're going to see SPY start to come up and try to retest it, but I think what's going to end up happening is it's going to end up getting rejected from that level later on in the day, which is going to confirm more downside. Now, again, if I'm wrong and it breaks above that and uses it as support, that could be a recovery for SPY. But based off of everything I'm looking here, SPY is going to continue to the downside. Now, you can see RSI is not yet oversold. MACD is red on the 4-hour time frame. So, again, it's showing bearishness. You can see that we're starting to get some sell signals as well. If we go down the chain, we're starting to get some sell signals. And if we go ahead and look at the alligator is starting to show us that the trend is changing as well and shifting bearish on some of these smaller time frames like the hourly time frame. You can see the alligator has shifted bearish. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY based off the charts, facts, and data. SQQQ in the race of the market. Let's go ahead and hop into Bitcoin and then wrap up this video. So Bitcoin getting a slight little pullback after the pop-up pump and the rate cuts hopium. You can see that Bitcoin is pulling back. Me personally, I think that this would be a nice place to accumulate some BTC. We might come back and retest that 61.3K level, but I'm thinking Bitcoin is overall going to hold that level. I think that Bitcoin is trying to stage a recovery, and then when in doubt, zoom out. I think that we're in a massive bull flag. So I think that Bitcoin has a huge chance of actually going to all-time highs or higher, and if rates get cut, that would be good for Bitcoin. People are still looking at Bitcoin as a risk asset, and with the rates getting cut, that would mean we're moving on to a risk on environment. So people are going to be more willing to take risk with their money, and they're going to be looking at Bitcoin. They're going to be looking at altcoins. Also, Bitcoin is developing as an industry. So we're getting the ETFs, Ethereum ETFs. It's literally cryptocurrency is developing as an industry. So I think this asset is maturing, and I think we're going to continue to see the trend on BTC to the upside, in my personal opinion. What we're looking for to see if BTC really starts moving is if it gets green weekly MACD again. If we see green weekly MACD with this overall bull flag type structure, that's going to tell me that BTC is extremely bullish. Now, if you look on the weekly time frame, you can see that the alligator is trying to flip bullish again. So there are a lot of signs that BTC, although on the edge of a cliff and could go dumping if it loses that 60K level, it's showing a lot of strength, and it's showing that it wants to recover and move back to the upside. You can see even on the daily time frame, we're starting to flip bullish as well here on the alligator. So I think BTC is going to try to flip bullish. You want to see it break 65.6K. If it can break and hold that level, then we could see a potential breakout towards all-time highs, especially if we can break out of this bull flag with this sloping support and resistance. You have to tune in for that because that number is going to change as this does slope. So the numbers will change, and I can't give you an overall price range for that. But if you did see Bitcoin break and hold 72,000, that would give it a good shot to push towards 80K. Ladies and gentlemen, this was your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. I appreciate you if you watched to the end. If you want to support the channel, leave a comment down below and drop a like on the video. If you want to support in a different way, you can go ahead and check out the merch store. We got Battle of 502 shirts. We got different merch coming out, different stuff coming out all the time, so you can check it out. Link down in the comment section and description. I appreciate anybody who does check out the merch. I also have a Discord as well where I give exclusive updates and technicals, which is a market support group. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you that watched the end of this video. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. I appreciate it if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. I literally could not do this without each and every one of you, so I appreciate your support. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.